All these people that are crying up and down that they took their husband, are you surprised? They should not be now. That was the same way another woman cried that she took her husband when he became a second wife, or a third wife, or a fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, or whatever wife. What goes around comes around. Who told you that a man who can pick a first wife, then go for a second one, will be loyal to you? And what makes him move around? Does he think that the anatomy of a woman is different in different women? It's the same thing. So there's a fundamental problem in those people who jump from one woman to the other. It won't stop with you. They need help. And people who are glamorizing infidelity, promiscuity, adultery as polygamy, they are wasting their time. Life was in phases and eras. The era of polygamy has gone. The world has moved, has shifted, that we are no longer going to succeed or pride ourselves to be in a polygamy in this time and age. So any man who is overtaken in adultery and comes to paint it as polygamy is trying to find a landing space. And what happens is that by the time you bond with different women, do you know what conjugal relationship is? Is a bond, a spirit, soul, and body. When Christ was talking about adultery, he said that every other sin men commit, they commit outside their body. But this one is inside your body. Do you know what happens when there is coitus? When there is a conjugal relationship between a man and a woman? You deposit part of yourself in that person. That deposition creates children, life, spirit, soul, and body. So it's not ordinary. For people who are making it look like something just simple, that's a satanic idea. So whatever makes that man move from one woman to another will make him keep moving. There's a spirit behind it, whether or not you want to believe it. Sometimes we have to get spiritual. You don't rule out some things because the spiritual controls the physical. I wonder when people begin to feel that everything is ordinary. In as much as we don't want to sound religious or too churchy or something, but we don't remove the fact that there are things you just can't fight. You can't just change them. God made them that way. God created it that way. That's what completes life and the world. So, all those ones who are doing homework to keep the ones they snatch from another person, they are wasting their time. All the Judy Austines, all the Regina Daniels. Anyway, I pity them as human beings, but they have become a symbol of something in our society. They are now symbolizing something that people are glamorizing. That's why I'm using their names. I'm not being inhuman. I feel for them at whatever phase they are in now in their lives. But I'm going to use their name because they now symbolize something. Because somebody like Regina Daniels has become a role model for our young people to be making comments like it's better to smile and to be crying in a private jet than be, than be smiling in a keke. All those kind of notion. Life is more than that. So you will see that an average young person, young girl, now average, I said average, and I'm not saying everybody. People are average when they are just like they have not really done much to live a cadre, to live somewhere, just an average person. So an average young girl in our society now wants to be like a Regina Daniel because she's giving the impression that all is well and I'm enjoying my marriage. No woman, no man would want to share his partner. Get that into your head. In as much as we get educated, we are not attached, we are not jealous. You've grown beyond certain things. It doesn't still mean that you don't value what is a relationship. Relationship is something between two people that makes life beautiful. Let me make you understand something. When you are a child, you're under the bonds of your parents. You're under the care of family, parenthood, siblinghood, or whatever. And then when you grow into adulthood, based on societal marks for adulthood, you're expected to now form life alone. Human beings have been made to always be attached to other human beings or attached to God. That there must be a form of attachment somewhere. So you attach to family, and when you are growing as an adult, they release you. Then you attach to your own family, which comes first in a partner. And after your first family, you attach to a partner, male or female. As a female, you attach to a male partner. And as a male, you attach to a female partner. Because it is important too. That is why God made it under certain auspices, under certain controls, certain rules. So that the society is now wanting to lose something and have that thing back is surprising. You want to detach from every form of attachment and yet have it. No. So relationship is where God puts you that you can always go back to. Any lonely person is not happy. What is loneliness? It might not necessarily be romantic relationship, but there is always an attachment. And then the most beautiful form of it is romantic attachment. That's where you find soccer. You call this one my own. You say this is for me, myself, and I. So every male, female that's been attached to someone has a level of jealousy. I'm not talking about childish jealousy. It is the jealousy of, I don't know how to explain it, possession. This is mine. Just like you can't use your brush with any other person. You have that attachment to that brush. You know this is mine. Just like you can't wear your clothes with any other person. You have that attachment. Why don't we share our clothing? Why don't we share other things? And then we feel we can share something as important as the bonds of marriage, of relationship? Hell no. So, when you see that man, he's jumping from one place to the other. So all the Two-Face Idibias, all the Judy Austines, all the Regina Daniels, I'm sorry to announce to you that if you don't do anything to fix your life back, you will remain miserable. We're not carried away by the display of fake happiness. When you come out to make it look like everything is good, you're already doing so much work to keep that thing. So much work. It will take a Judy Austine to always come to social media to eulogize a man he stole from another woman, or she stole from another woman, for him to stay. Or for her to have him. You will have to do extra work. It doesn't have to be that difficult. It doesn't have to be that difficult. My own is my own. You don't have to do a lot of work to keep what belongs to you. All of you will still lose all of them. A Natasha will lose a Two-Face Idibia. Judy Austine will lose a Yob. A Regina Daniel will lose a Ned Nwoko. A Chika Ike will still not have joy. The earlier we got these things, the better for us. Who is feeding us with all this nonsense that men don't finish or women don't finish? The best way to get someone is to be the right person. We are carried away searching for love. When you are the right person, you will naturally meet your type. Relationship is begets. This begets this. Relationship is begotten. Let me put it properly. This begets this. Who you are is what you will attract. So instead of running into difficulties in search of relationships, build yourself. Build yourself. Build yourself. It will find you. Have you wondered why most people that you think are not even as beautiful as you are get what you're looking for? Because probably the strength of material is much more than yours. It's not about facial looks. It's what you're made of. So, watching the trends and what is happening with Two-Face Idibia, whatever, with now Regina Daniels, why is she crying? Clean your tears, girl. If you made a mistake, pick your life. It's not yet over until it is over. Who told you that you keep him? People that take people's husbands and wives do much work to keep them, and yet they will fly away. The Bible says they are like money. It says money makes them wings and they fly away. They will fly away because the same reason for which they could not stay with number one, they still cannot stay with you. So these people symbolize something in our society now that we will have to begin to talk and change. Who told you that a man that is jumping up and down will stay with you? So don't cry. Realize where you have made a mistake and trace your step back. That's one good thing about God. He puts people together. He helps them. So long as you have realized where you are, God will meet you there and start fixing you from there.